In this video, I'm about to tell you one of the creepiest internet horror stories you'll ever hear. It's the kind of story that makes you think twice before joining random group chats online. So before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more terrifying horror stories every week. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next nightmare. Now, turn off the lights and let's begin. A few months ago, I got a notification from a messaging app one barely used anymore. Someone had added me to a group chat called Still Here. I assumed it was spam. There were only 6 members, but something immediately felt strange. None of them had profile pictures. None of them had usernames. Just dates: 03/14, 06/22, 09/03, and so on. I typed a simple message: "Who is this?" A few seconds later, someone replied, "You weren't supposed to join yet." I laughed, thinking it was just a prank. Then another message appeared: "Check the member list again." I did. There were now 7 members. The newest one had my full name. I tried leaving the group. The app froze. Then my phone screen went black. When it came back on, there was a new message: "Leaving isn't allowed." My heart started racing. I closed the app, but the notifications kept coming, one after another. He's reading the messages. Does he know yet? Don't tell him. I finally turned my phone off. The next morning, everything seemed normal, until I switched it back on. The group chat was still there, but now every message had been deleted, except one: a photo. It was a picture of my house, taken from outside my bedroom window. I called my best friend and told him everything. He thought I was making it up. Then I sent him a screenshot of the group chat. A minute later, he called me back. His voice was shaking. He asked, "Why is there a picture of me in the chat?" I opened the app again. There wasn't just one photo anymore. There were dozens. Pictures of my friends, my family, my workplace, even one of me sleeping in my bed. Then a new message appeared: "One member is missing." The member count changed from 7 to 8. I looked at the list. My name was gone. In its place was today's date, and beneath it, someone was typing. I waited for the message to appear. When it finally did, I dropped my phone. It said, "Welcome to the archive. The next member is reading this story right now." If this story gave you chills, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications for more terrifying horror stories. And before you join another random group chat, you might want to check who's already inside. I got a notification from a messaging app one hadn't opened in years. Someone had added me to a group chat called the Abandoned Group. I figured it was spam. The group only had 5 members, but something about it felt wrong. None of the accounts had profile pictures. None of them had names. They were all labeled with dates: 04 or 11, 07 23, 10 30ths. I typed a message: "Who added me?" A few seconds later, someone replied, "We've been waiting for you." I laughed and started to leave the chat, but the leave button didn't work. I closed the app instead. A second later, my phone buzzed. A new message: "You can't leave." I froze. The app wasn't even open. Then more messages started appearing. Is he still there? Does he know what happened? Don't tell him yet. I turned my phone off and tried to ignore it. The next morning, I switched it back on. The group chat was still there. Every message had disappeared, except one: a single photo. It was a picture of an old playground. At first, I didn't recognize it. Then I realized it was the playground behind the apartment building where I grew up. I zoomed in. Standing beneath the swings was a little boy, wearing the exact same jacket I used to own when I was 8 years old. I stared at the picture for several seconds. Then a new message popped up. You finally remembered. My heart started racing. I searched through the member list again. There were 6 people now. The newest account didn't have a date. It had my full name. I immediately called my childhood best friend. I asked him if he remembered the old playground. There was a long silence. Then he quietly asked, "Who told you about that?" I didn't understand. He started breathing heavily. Then he said something I'll never forget. "You weren't there that night, were you?" The call suddenly disconnected. At that exact moment, my phone received a video file from the group chat. The timestamp on the file was 15 years old. My hands were shaking as I pressed play. The footage was dark and blurry. Someone was recording the playground at night. The camera slowly turned toward the swings. There were 6 children standing there. 5 of them slowly walked away. 1 stayed behind. The camera zoomed in. It was me. Then the person recording whispered, "We found the last one." I dropped my phone. A second later, another message appeared. "Check the member list again." I looked. My name was gone. There were only 5 accounts, all of them labeled with dates, except for one, the newest member. It had no profile picture, no date, just one word, "Online." And underneath it, someone was typing. My friends and I rented a cabin deep in the woods for a weekend camping trip. The listing promised complete privacy. No neighbors, no traffic, just miles of forest in every direction. It sounded perfect. When we arrived, the owner handed us the keys and gave us one strange warning. "If you hear knocking after dark, don't answer the door." We laughed, thinking he was trying to scare us. The first night was normal. We built a fire, told stories, and stayed outside until it got too cold. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to a loud knock. 3 slow taps. Knock, knock, knock. I looked out the bedroom window. Nobody was there. A minute later, it happened again. Only this time, the knocking came from the back door. I woke up my friend, and together we checked the security camera connected to the cabin. The screen showed the back porch. It was empty. Then my friend pointed at the corner of the image. Standing just beyond the trees was a tall figure. It wasn't moving. It was just watching the cabin. We kept staring at the screen. Then, without taking a single step, the figure was suddenly closer. Neither of us saw it move. It was just there. My friend whispered, "Pause the video." I looked at him. It isn't a recording. The camera was live. Then another knock echoed through the cabin. This time it came from the front door. We looked back at the monitor. The figure was gone. A loud bang shook the front of the cabin. Then another. Then another. It sounded like someone was trying to break in. We grabbed our flashlights and locked ourselves in the bedroom. My phone had no signal. None of us could call for help. Then we heard footsteps outside the window. Slow, crunching through the leaves, circling the cabin. Suddenly, my friend's phone buzzed. He looked at the screen, and all the color drained from his face. It was a message from an unknown number. It said, "Don't look outside. It wants you to know it found you." At that exact moment, we heard breathing. Right outside the bedroom window. Heavy. Slow. Like someone was standing inches away from the glass. None of us moved. None of us spoke. We waited for sunrise. When the first light finally broke through the trees, the noises stopped. We rushed outside and threw our bags into the car. Before leaving, I looked back at the cabin one last time. Written across the dusty bedroom window, from the outside, were 5 words. "Thanks for letting me in." So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It helps us grow and keep you updated as we drop a new video here every week.